Hi, welcome to In My Shoes. Today's topic is how to respond to the stares and the rude comments. So this happens to us every single time we leave with Nathan to go either to supermarket or to church or basically anywhere where he interacts with people who've not seen him before. So the first thing I need to point out is make sure you check the intent of the person who's giving you the comment that you found either offensive or rude, because some people ask questions with the intent to know more. It's just that the phrasing or the wordings that they used may come out offensively, but I think intent does matter when you're trying to classify if that comment was rude or not, because sometimes it could just be innocently asked. So the three main ways that we deal with our rude comments and stares. One is educate. Especially when it comes to kids. We've had situations where a kid sees Nathan and then they ask their mom, "Mom, nini mbaya na huyu mtoto?" And you see the mom frantically trying to shh the baby, don't ask such a question, and it's like almost they're going to be beaten. But first, word of advice, if your child does ask such a question, let them ask. It's good to ask. It eliminates ignorance and elevates the level of inclusivity that they're later on going to impact in their generation. So if you're not able to explain what the condition is or give the speech or people are different, you can ask the special needs mom if they're willing to explain the condition to your child. That way, it's a win-win for every generation. Your child will know more about special kids, and I and my son will not have to feel like you completely dismissed the fact that special children do exist in the world. When you're educating, try to do it with a lot of grace. I know sometimes some comments are just like, what did you just say? For example, one we've gotten is, mtoto wako atambukiza wangu. And you're wondering, cerebral palsy first is not genetic, and you can't pass on cerebral palsy by touching the baby. So your son can say hi to my son and nothing will happen other than very nice smiles going all around. So I find it helpful if you have, for example, you're in a hurry or you're not in that mood to explain, because it does happen. We do have scripted responses where I know if someone asks, for example, when someone asks me what's wrong with him, I say nothing. There's nothing wrong with him. He just has a condition called cerebral palsy that affects his muscles. But other than that, he's such a sweetheart. And most times I find that when I say that, first, I've already told you which condition he has. Second, I've let you know that there's nothing wrong with someone who has a special need or a special condition. And third, we're on the same page. Don't ask. There's nothing wrong with him. So don't view disability like there's something wrong with someone. The second way we deal with those responses are silence. Sometimes, honestly, people can say things that just leave you in shock. And sometimes you also don't have the emotional strength at that point. Maybe you've had a long day with your child, and you don't have the emotional strength to deal with that at that point. One of my moments like that was when once I was asked, is Nathan a retard, or is he a retard? He didn't say the name. He just said, is he a retard? And in my head, I just went blank. Like, what did you just say? And my response was like, shh, Kapi, keep quiet and just walk away, because you have many responses in your head, but they're not appropriate. And we're trying to provide a positive ambience towards special needs children. So sometimes silence is also a response if you don't have that strength to deal with it. The third way to respond is really the most common, because we are all human, which is confrontation. So when it comes to confrontation, Um, some some guys just snap. You ask a question like, "Is your child like that because of is it a result of sin? Did you sin so that your child has that condition?" And you wonder, seriously speaking. Or the one I receive a lot is when I say, "Yeah, my husband and I," they're like, wait a minute, your husband is still with you even after you had a special child? And I wonder to myself, first I get offended because what you've just portrayed is your worldview, the fact that when a couple gets a special child, the husband should leave, because it doesn't explain your shock. I know it does happen, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't mean that it's the right thing or it's supposed to happen just because you've had a special child. And I think as a society we need to stop condoning such behavior. That's another topic for another day. When you're dealing with confrontation as well, I know sometimes you're not able to hold yourself back because it could be such a mean comment, but try and be kind and be tulia and just relax. Sometimes you could explain to someone over and over again what the condition is, and you think you did a good job the last time, and then a week or two later someone comes and asks you, "Oh, he's 4 years old, so he started school." And I'm like, I just explained to you last week that he has a condition. How fast we forget. And sometimes it could be really hurtful because you've taken so much time to explain to someone. My best way when we get stares is what my husband does. If my husband finds you staring at my son, he stares at you back straight in the eyes, and then he says, "Hi, what's up?" And what I find that does is the person staring at my son either gets shocked, and then it either sparks a conversation about what CP is and what he's going through, or just a decent conversation of "How are you? How was your day?" And we move on, like, stop staring. So that could be a way that you can emulate. It's not educate, it's not silence, it's not confrontation, but it is something that actually gets someone knowing that they're staring, and sometimes it's bad. So yeah, that's how we deal with our stares and rude responses. If you have any examples of responses that you've gotten about your children, please feel free to comment down. I'd really love to read them. And of course, if you have a topic you'd like me to discuss, inbox me. So have a good day.